alive, and happy Christmas to you all. We've been leading up to Christmas in the past few weeks, so hopefully we can see what it is we're actually celebrating today. And I hope we can see beyond the stable with a couple of fluffy white sheep, a cow with big brown eyes, and a few shepherds and some very regal looking men with some expensive gifts. It does make a lovely picture, but it isn't all that real. Today we're celebrating the fulfilment of God's plan to bring his people back into right relationship with him. So we're not just celebrating the birth of Jesus, because on its own it makes no sense. We celebrate the whole life, death and resurrection, the whole Jesus event, if you like. God had given his people a method of worship that showed them that sin had to be dealt with if they wanted to be in his presence. He taught them through their history what he was like, but in Jesus, he came into the world to show them exactly who he was and also to deal with sin once and for all. The sacrifice of animals in the temple was replaced by the sacrifice of Jesus. Jesus came into this world in complete humility and trust. He didn't claim any special protections or rights. Rather, he accepted the most basic of conditions to enter the world. And he trusted himself into the hands of a young, inexperienced mother. The God of the universe, completely humbled to live as one of us. Philippians 2, 6-8, who, being in the very nature of God, did not consider equality with God something to be used to his own advantage. Rather, he made himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant. Being made in human likeness, and being found in the appearance as a human being, he humbled himself, becoming obedient to death, even death on a cross. The birth of this little baby was the beginning of a new era in human history. This is the best gift of all. Now, there are two sorts of gifts that we appreciate. I remember at age 12 getting a tennis racket for my birthday. It was the most wonderful gift because I didn't have a tennis racket, and though I belonged to the church tennis club, I was always borrowing the leader's racket. And to get one of my own was just fantastic. I couldn't wait for the next Saturday so that I could use it. It was something I really wanted, and it gave me real pleasure. The other type of gift is one that comes with meaning. Now, kids often give teachers a gift at the end of the year. And the end of one year, a year 9 boy, came to the staff room and asked for me. And he had a gift, obviously wrapped by himself. Now, it surprised me that he had a gift because he was a very quiet, shy kid, and I'd hardly got to know him during the year. I thanked him and I opened it. And it was very hard to keep a straight face because what he'd given me was a bottle of hair oil for men. He'd obviously chosen himself, not realising that the glamorous woman draped across the front of the bottle was the ploy to convince men that if they used this product, they would attract glamorous women. But that gift meant a lot to me because it wasn't something his mother had wrapped up and said, "Here, give this to your teacher." He'd gone, chosen something himself, probably spent his own pocket money, wrapped it himself, very obviously, and that's what touched me. It was what was behind that gift. So the gift of Jesus is something that brings us great pleasure, but it's also something that comes with an incredible gift of love.